It would be as if my mom's name is Barbara, okay? And let's say some woman was just arrested and tried and convicted of going into the post office and shooting 10 people, and her name was Barbara. So we're walking around at work and we're going, can you believe what that Barbara person did? Oh my gosh, what a monster. Barbara should fry. She should pay for all of those people she killed. And somebody goes, well, not this Barbara. We're not talking about the same Barbara. See what I'm saying? There are people that use the word God to justify a lot of things they do. But you know, it's kind of interesting. The Bible in some places calls Satan. The Bible in some places calls Satan the God of this world. Little g. Like an entity in this world that has a great deal of influence and power over people and what they do and how they behave. So, you know, the word God, you really need to look deeper in behind people and their actions and their motivations and try to figure out what God are you saying told you to do this? I mean, it's not the one that wrote this. You know what I'm saying? It's not the one that says I'm nuts about you. It's not the one that wrote I love you so much I'm going to send my innocent son for you. Not that God. He's not the one that said, you know, go kill people. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Isn't the Bible, I mean, I've heard this for years, and I'm personally one that believes I don't care if standing on one foot, jumping up and down in your driveway gets it for you, then do it. And if that brings you that inner peace, that's fine. But I've heard for years, the Bible, like you referred to the Bible many times, the Bible, isn't that just someone's interpretation? Just like the message, just like isn't everything just another interpretation of what they've heard, what they've read?
Okay, let me answer that.
I was going to add to that.
Oh, yes.
Historians say that the Bible was the first book printed, but only because the person who printed it could afford to have it printed.
Gutenberg.
So why is that the true account?
Okay. Good question. Woo, that's a good one. Those are good. Okay, here are some of my answers. You ready? Put your thinking caps on. I know it's early. Really? Oh no, I have to think. First of all, one of the major things that substantiates the Bible is prophecy. First and foremost. There are many, and when I say many, I mean many, lots of things that prophets of the Scripture wrote about hundreds of years before they happen, and they happen exactly the way they were foretold. That's one of the things that gives a legitimacy to the Bible. Number two is the historicity of it. It's very accurate. The more that science, what's the word? Archaeologists. The more that archaeologists dig all over the place, they find stuff exactly the way the Bible talked about it. It's crazy. I mean, it's so funny. I've talked to people, you guys. I've read books from people who were anti-Christian, anti-Bible, anti-God, and they set out with one purpose, and it was to discredit the Bible. And you know what? They ended up becoming Christians. People a lot smarter than you and me set out to prove that it was nothing more than, that it was full of errors. This is always funny. I always hear people go, well, yeah, but the Bible's full of errors and contradictions. And I'm like, name one. And they go, you know why they said that? Because they heard somebody say that one time. They don't really know themselves what those contradictions are. They just heard somebody say that, and so they just, yeah, they must be in there. You know what? I'm telling you guys, I've talked to people much smarter than me, and I've read books written by people much smarter than me, who have dissected the Scripture, and they find the accuracy and the harmony. You know what? There is no other book in the history of man, no other book, that had 66 authors spanning 1,200 years, and they fit together and complement each other so perfectly. There isn't any other book like that on the planet. That's why so much authority surrounds it. That's why it holds so much power.